Miami, sun, beaches, nightlife, and luxury condos, paradise for many. But beneath the surface, a hidden crisis grows. In the shadows of skyscrapers and behind bustling restaurants, thousands live without a home. This is the Miami you won't find in travel brochures. Every night, men, women, and children sleep in parks, under bridges, or in overcrowded shelters. Their struggle is invisible in a city obsessed with being seen. Rising rents, stagnant wages, and a lack of affordable housing have pushed many over the edge. Veterans, families, and young people fall through the cracks of a strained system. Extreme wealth and poverty exist side by side, sometimes separated by a single street. As tourists party above, people below search for a safe place to sleep. This investigation is about seeing the faces behind the statistics. In this sun-kissed paradise, a humanitarian crisis unfolds in plain sight. And now, fentanyl has turned a difficult situation into a deadly one. For Miami's homeless, every day is a marathon of survival. From the moment the sun rises, the struggle begins anew, with no certainty of what the day will bring. The day starts with the search for a bathroom and water, basic needs that become daily challenges. Even finding a safe place to wash up or refill a bottle can take hours, and public facilities are often scarce or closed. The Florida sun is relentless, making dehydration a constant threat. The heat beats down, and shade is hard to come by, turning simple errands into exhausting ordeals. Food is never guaranteed. Many walk miles to soup kitchens or missions, hoping for a meal. Sometimes the lines are long and supplies run out before everyone is served. Life is dictated by the schedules of charities, not personal plans. Miss a mealtime, and you might go hungry until the next day. Safety is a constant worry. No locked doors, always vulnerable. Every night brings uncertainty, and the threat of theft or violence is ever present. Women face even greater risks of assault. For them, the fear of being targeted adds another layer of anxiety to an already difficult existence. Every night is a gamble. Find a spot hidden enough for safety, but not so isolated you're alone. The search for a place to sleep is a nightly ritual, filled with uncertainty and risk. Possessions are few and precious. Losing them can be devastating. Each item, from a blanket to a backpack, represents comfort and survival. The stigma is crushing, judged, ignored, or told to move along. Many feel invisible, as if their struggles are unseen by the world around them. It's a daily battle to hold on to your identity and dignity. Despite the hardships, many fight to maintain hope and self-respect. This is the reality for thousands in Miami. Each person has a story, a past, and dreams that have been put on hold. A relentless cycle of hardship played out against a backdrop of paradise. The contrast between wealth and poverty is stark, and the struggle continues day after day. The grind chips away at the human spirit, one day at a time. Exhaustion and despair are constant companions, yet many still find moments of resilience. And for many, there's no end in sight. The hope for change remains, but the daily grind of survival continues, unyielding and unforgiving. To truly understand the depth of this crisis, you have to step inside the encampments themselves. These are makeshift communities, often hidden away in Miami's forgotten corners, where few outsiders ever venture. Under the I-395 overpass, rows of tents line the cold concrete, surrounded by the constant roar of traffic overhead and the scattered debris of daily survival. There's no running water, no toilets. Sanitation is a daily struggle, and basic needs are rarely met. The heat is stifling, relentless, and when it rains, the ground turns to thick mud, ruining what little people have managed to hold on to. Yet despite the harshness, a sense of community and solidarity emerges among the residents. People share food, watch over each other's tents, and offer support in ways that outsiders might not expect. Carlos, who's lived here for 2 years, helps newcomers find a safe spot and shares hard-earned survival tips, making sure no one is left behind. "We're a family here. No one else cares, so we care for each other," he says, his words echoing the spirit of the camp. But this fragile community is always under threat, living with the constant anxiety of being uprooted. City sweeps force residents to pack up and move, often with just minutes' notice, losing what little they own in the process. These sweeps dismantle any sense of stability, scattering people and making outreach and support even harder. The cycle repeats itself: displacement, regrouping, and the exhausting process of starting over from scratch. The city's efforts to clean up these areas only push the problem further out of sight, never addressing the root causes. For those living here, every day is a fight to hold on to dignity, hope, and a sense of belonging, despite overwhelming odds. The encampments stand as a testament to both the resilience of the human spirit and the neglect of a system that has left so many behind. As if survival wasn't hard enough, fentanyl has unleashed a new wave of danger. This synthetic opioid is cheap, potent, and deadly, often mixed into other drugs without warning. Outreach workers and paramedics now respond to multiple overdoses daily. A few grains can kill. Many users don't even know they're taking it. Narcan can reverse overdoses, but it's only a temporary fix. We witnessed a young man revived on the sidewalk, lucky to survive, unlike many others. Fentanyl has turned homelessness into a daily emergency. It deepens addiction, making recovery and stability even harder to reach. The drug hijacks lives, pulling people further from help. For Miami's homeless, the streets are now a minefield. Addiction and homelessness are deeply intertwined, but fentanyl has made things far worse. For many, drug use is a way to cope with pain, trauma, and the dangers of street life. Fentanyl's potency means addiction takes hold fast, sometimes after just a few uses. Soon, survival revolves around the next dose, just to avoid withdrawal. Withdrawal is brutal, making it nearly impossible to focus on anything else. Health suffers. Infections, malnutrition, and untreated wounds are common. The healthcare system is overwhelmed and often inaccessible. Fentanyl contaminates nearly all street drugs, spreading fear and distrust. Outreach becomes harder as addiction fuels paranoia and isolation. The drug traps people in a cycle that destroys hope and connection. To truly grasp the cost of homelessness, you have to listen to the stories of those living it every day. These are not just statistics or headlines, they are real people with real struggles and dreams. Maria, once a dedicated hotel housekeeper, lost her job during the pandemic. With nowhere else to go, she now calls the streets her home, a reality she never imagined facing. "I never thought this would be my life. I worked hard, raised kids, did everything right. Now I feel invisible, like I don't exist to the world passing by." David, a veteran who served his country, battles PTSD. He turned to painkillers to cope, then heroin, and now fentanyl, caught in a cycle that's hard to escape. It's a trap. The sickness is worse than the drug. I want to get clean, but help is hard to find. Sometimes it feels like no one cares if I make it or not. Jessica and Mike, both in their 20s, became homeless after aging out of foster care. With no family to turn to, the streets became their only option. "He's all I have," Jessica says, her voice filled with both hope and fear. "We dream of a normal life, a place to call our own, but right now, it feels impossible. Every day is a struggle just to survive. No address, no phone, no clean clothes. These are barriers that make even the simplest dreams seem out of reach. Finding a job or a safe place to sleep becomes a daily challenge." These stories are everywhere. Mothers, veterans, young people with hopes and histories, each with a unique journey that led them here. They are not just the homeless, they are people, let down by a system that was supposed to protect them. Their presence on the street is not a choice, but the result of circumstances and events that could happen to anyone at any time. Hearing their stories makes it impossible to look away or ignore the crisis unfolding around us. Behind every statistic is a name, a face, a life, a person with memories, dreams, and dignity. The human cost is staggering, affecting not just those on the street, but our entire community. We must look beyond the problem and see the person, recognizing our shared humanity and the urgent need for change. Miami isn't ignoring the crisis. There are dedicated people and programs fighting back. The Homeless Trust uses a housing-first approach, get people into stable housing, then address other issues. Outreach teams, social workers, medics, and formerly homeless go directly to encampments, building trust and offering help. But the need far outpaces the resources. Shelters and transitional housing offer beds, meals, and case management, but demand exceeds supply. The lack of affordable housing is the biggest bottleneck. Even when someone is ready to move on, there's nowhere to go. In response to fentanyl, Miami is expanding access to Narcan, detox, and treatment. Organizations like Camilla's House provide comprehensive care, but face funding and capacity challenges. The system is under strain, fighting poverty, addiction, and a housing crisis all at once. Progress is real, but the tide keeps rising. Saving lives is a daily battle. Major obstacles block Miami's path to solving homelessness. The city's severe affordable housing shortage is the biggest barrier. Rents have soared far beyond what most can pay. Minimum wage earners can't afford even a modest apartment. This traps people in shelters and drives new homelessness. The issues are complex. Poverty, mental illness, addiction, and disability often overlap. Fragmented services mean people fall through the cracks. Public frustration leads to punitive policies, sweeps and bans that criminalize homelessness. These measures only displace people and erode trust. The fentanyl epidemic overwhelms treatment resources, making recovery even harder. Until housing and treatment capacity expand, progress will be slow. The road ahead is long, with no easy answers. Behind the statistics and headlines are people, resilient, hopeful, and suffering. Their struggle is happening in plain sight in one of America's most celebrated cities. This crisis won't be solved by a single policy. It demands a comprehensive, compassionate approach. We must replace judgment with empathy and see the humanity in every person on the street. Small acts matter: a nod, a hello, a bottle of water, a pair of socks. Support local organizations. Volunteer, donate, get involved. These groups are the lifeblood of Miami's response. A city is measured by how it treats its most vulnerable. The crisis reflects our choices as a society. We have the resources and capacity for compassion. The question is, do we have the will? The people we met aren't asking for miracles, just a chance to be safe, healthy, and seen. It's time to answer that call.